Game 1 tonight takes us to Nationals Park, where the first-place Philadelphia Phillies open the evening against the last-place Washington Nationals. Philadelphia comes in at 69-51, still holding a firm grip on the NL East, while Washington sits at 48-72, playing out the string in the division basement. On the mound for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler, making his 24th start of the year. Wheeler has been the ace Philadelphia counts on, a 10-5 record, a sharp 2.68 ERA, and a pristine 0.93 WHIP over 144 and two-thirds innings. His strikeout numbers are elite, with 189 punchouts against just 31 walks. Wheeler's last outing against Texas saw him limit the Rangers to 2 runs over 5 innings in a win, while his last 3 starts haven't been perfect, 4.86 ERA in that stretch. His overall body of work makes him one of the league's most dependable starters. For the Nationals, Mackenzie Gore takes the ball. Gore's .512 record and 4.09 ERA tell part of the story. The rest is found in his inconsistency. Over 132 innings, he struck out 158 but walked 47, and his 1.33 WHIP leaves little margin for error. Gore is coming off his best outing of the season, 6 shutout innings with 10 strikeouts against the Giants. But in his 2 prior starts, he was tagged for 15 earned runs combined. Against a Phillies lineup ranked top 10 in average, on base, and slugging, Gore will have to replicate that last start almost perfectly to keep Washington in the game. Looking at the matchup, Philadelphia holds edges across the board. Offensively, they average 4.6 runs per game to Washington's 4.3, with more power and better plate discipline. On the pitching side, the Phillies' bullpen ranks among the league's best, while the Nationals' relief corps sits near the bottom in ERA and WHIP. Defensively, Philadelphia's .990 fielding percentage and tighter run prevention outclass Washington's numbers. The Nationals do have home field, but they score under 4 runs per game here, and Wheeler's strikeout ability matches up well against their lineup's contact profile. Factor in the Phillies' ability to extend leads late against weak bullpens, and this projects as a favorable spot for a multi-run road win. And today's AI pick is Phillies 1.5 on the run line at 105. Will we cash or will we burn? Up next, Abaddon takes over for Game 2.
Game 2 takes us north of the border to Rogers Center, where the Toronto Blue Jays welcome the Texas Rangers. Toronto leads the American League East at 71-51, while Texas sits at 61-61, chasing a wild card spot in the West. The Rangers send Jacob deGrom to the mound. On the season, deGrom's numbers remain elite: 10-5, 2.86 ERA, 0.95 WHIP. But there's a crack in the armor. Over his last 3 starts, he's given up 13 earned runs, a sharp departure from his dominant norm. On the road, he's been solid, posting a 3.73 ERA in 11 starts, but this trip into Toronto will test him. The Blue Jays are averaging 6 runs a game since the All-Star break and have been particularly dangerous at home. For Toronto, Chris Bassitt gets the ball. His season ERA sits at .417 with a 1.32 WHIP, but the story changes in this ballpark: 8-0 at home with a 2.56 ERA across 13 starts. Bassitt knows how to work in front of the Rogers Center crowd, and his command has been far sharper here than on the road. Offensively, these teams couldn't be more different. The Rangers rank near the bottom in most major categories: 24th in runs per game, 26th in batting average, and 27th in slugging percentage. Toronto, 1st in batting average, 1st in on-base percentage, and top 10 in power. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been on fire since the break, and the entire lineup has been feeding off his production. The bullpens are a split decision. Texas owns the league's best ERA, WHIP, and opponent batting average in relief, while Toronto's bullpen has been middle of the pack. That's why the side is tricky. An elite bullpen can tilt any close game, but totals are a different animal. With deGrom's recent dip, Bassitt facing the league's top bullpen, but an offense that can't be ignored, and the Blue Jays' bats producing at a scorching pace, this is a setup where the number, 7.5, can be beaten in multiple scenarios. Whether it's a high-scoring Blue Jays win or a tight contest that cracks open late, the pathways to the over are plentiful. And today's AI pick is over 7.5 runs. The side lean, Blue Jays money line. Will we cash or will we burn?
Tonight, under the lights at Busch Stadium, the New York Yankees face the St. Louis Cardinals in a matchup where offense could rule the night. The Yankees enter at 64-57, third in the AL East, while the Cardinals sit at 61-61, fourth in the NL Central. Let's start with the Yankees' starter, right-hander Luis Gil. Gil's 2025 season has been a limited sample, just 8.2 innings, but the numbers are rough. A 7.27 ERA, 1.85 whip, and 5 walks allowed. While his career ERA of 3.73 shows he's capable, his control has been shaky. Against a Cardinals lineup that's middle of the pack but opportunistic, early walks could quickly turn into runs. On the other side, the Cardinals send right-hander Andre Pallante to the mound. He's 6-9 with a 4.95 ERA and a 1.37 whip over 123.2 innings. Pallante doesn't miss many bats, just 80 strikeouts on the year, and that's a dangerous combination against a Yankees team leading MLB in slugging, 446, and home runs, 191. Hard contact has been Pallante's issue, and New York's power bats will look to exploit that. From a team perspective, the Yankees average 5.1 runs per game, good for third in the majors, and they're a threat to put up crooked numbers in any inning. The Cardinals average 4.3 runs per game and own a .149 batting average, tied with the Yankees. But they lack New York's power. Still, against a pitcher struggling with command like Gil, St. Louis has enough bats to contribute to the scoreboard. The bullpens? The Yankees' relief corps has been solid with a 64.6% save rate and a 26.8% inherited runner scoring percentage. The Cardinals' bullpen, while decent in save percentage, has been far less efficient at stranding runners, allowing 32.5% of inherited runners to score. A red flag in a game projected for runs. When you combine shaky starting pitching on both sides, a Yankees lineup built for the long ball, and bullpens that could see early action, you get one thing: run potential. The Vegas total sits at 9.0, and our model projects enough offense to clear that number comfortably. And today's AI pick is over 9.0 total runs. Will we cash or will we burn? Up next for Game 4.
Boston under the lights, Fenway Park buzzing. And tonight, it's the Miami Marlins taking on the Boston Red Sox in Game 1 of this interleague series. On paper, Boston's the favorite, but this one's got layers you don't want to miss. Let's start on the mound. For Miami, it's Sandy Alcantara, a former Cy Young winner, but 2025 hasn't been kind. He's 6'11 with a 6.55 ERA, a 1.45 whip, and just 90 strikeouts in 121 innings. The control hasn't been sharp, 47 walks, and opponents are hitting him hard, especially early in counts. Yes, his career ERA against Boston is an impressive 1.38 in 2 games, but that was a different version of Sandy. Lately, he's given up 5 or more runs in 3 of his last 5 starts, and Fenway is not the place you come to fix command issues. Boston counters with Lucas Giolito. He's been steady, posting an 8-2 record and a 3.77 ERA across 100.1 innings with a 1.25 whip. The strikeout-to-walk ratio is solid at 82-33, but there's a note of caution. In his last start, Houston tagged him for 4 earned runs in under 5 innings. Still, when he's on, he's a rhythm pitcher who can navigate lineups twice before handing it to Boston's bullpen. Now the game analysis, the Red Sox offense is the difference maker here. They're 5th in the league in runs per game, top 5 in average, OBP, and slugging. They've hit 149 home runs, and Fenway plays perfectly to their gap power. Miami, while not a bad contact team, ranks just 17th in slugging and 24th in home runs. Boston's bullpen, backed by a 7th-ranked 3.74 ERA, gives them the edge late. Here's the wild card. Fenway inflates scoring, and Alcantara's volatility this year makes it dangerous to lean solely on a side. The over 8.5 isn't just live, it's robust. This game can go high scoring in multiple ways. Boston blows it open, or Miami strings hits together against Giolito, and Boston wins 6-4 or 7-5. The event path is broad, and the environment supports it. And today's AI pick is over 8.5 total runs. Will we cash or will we burn?
All right, here we go. Late night West Coast baseball at Oracle Park. Tampa Bay Rays 59-63 rolling into San Francisco to take on the 59-62 Giants. Joe Boyle gets the ball for the Rays, 1-2 record, 3.82 ERA, but coming off a rough one where he gave up 6 runs and walked 5. That's not just a crack in the armor, that's a whole busted seam. On the Giants side, Landon Roop is back from the injured list, 7-6 on the year with a 3.11 ERA, and he's been solid when healthy. But this is his first start since July 22nd. So there's a question mark about how deep he can go before the bullpen takes over. Offensively, Tampa Bay's been the sharper blade. They're top 11 in average on-base percentage and slugging, and they've swiped more bags than anyone in baseball. San Francisco's bats? Cold. Just 5 runs in their last 5 games, 24th in runs per game on the season. But Boyle's control problems might just thaw them out a little. Here's the thing. Both starters bring variance. Boyle's walks put runners on, and Fenway... Wait, scratch that. Oracle Park may not be a launching pad, but free passes can turn into crooked numbers anywhere. Roop's layoff could lead to an early hook, forcing the bullpen to cover extra innings. So this game has more ways to hit the total than it does to cash either side. High-scoring Rays win? Over. Giants bats finally wake up? Over. Back and forth to extras? Over. And today's AI pick is over 7.5 runs. Will we cash or will we burn? Next up, Lilith closes the book on the day.
The dice have been cast, and the board is set. Here's where the AI stands. First, in Philadelphia, the machine sees the Phillies taking care of business and covering the run line. Up north in Toronto, we're chasing runs, over 7.5 between the Rangers and the Blue Jays. In St. Louis, chaos is coming. Yankees and Cardinals, the over 9 is the call. At Fenway, Marlins and Red Sox, over 8.5 as the bats light up the night. And finally, out west at Oracle Park, Rays and Giants, over 7.5. En español, Phillies menos 1.5. Más de 7.5 en Rangers contra Azulejos. Más de 9 en Yankees contra Cardenales. Más de 8.5 en Marlins contra Medias Rojas. Más de 7.5 en Rays contra Gigantes. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Wer den Pfennig nicht ehrt, ist des Talers nicht wert. He who does not honor the penny is not worthy of the dollar.